All right, let's talk mindset. Last month was really shit. But here's the number one belief that helped me get through that. Everything happens not to me, but for me. And if shit is hitting the fan, and the first question I ask is, how is this happening for me? Or if this was happening for me, what would that mean? The situation doesn't change. It's still shit. But what changes is my ability to see the hidden opportunity. Because if everything happens for me, now I have to go look for where, how, and why this might be in my favor. How I might be able to flip this to my advantage, or what silver lining might be there that I didn't see at first because I was drowning in the shit of it. And so if things are tough for you right now, remember, life happens for you, and it's just up to you to figure out. I've made a ton of mistakes this past month, and if I could go back 30 days and tell my past self one thing, it would be trust your intuition. I don't know about you, but my gut always knows, and then I consistently override that with my brain. But when all of it plays out and the dust settles, my gut was right. It's always right. The hardest part is learning to trust it and to trust what your gut is telling you, even if your brain is saying something entirely different. But I could have avoided so many of the mistakes that I just made if I had trusted my intuition from the very beginning. I think one of the best tools that we as entrepreneurs can develop is fine-tuning our dial, our awareness of our own intuition, becoming more sensitive to what our intuition is trying to tell us, and then back it up with the courage and the bravery to actually trust. Is entrepreneurship worth it? By any logical metric? Fuck no. It is so hard. Every day is so hard. You're going to show up, you're going to fight, and all for the opportunity to be in the top 3% of businesses that actually make it. Is that worth it? Absolutely not. And yet, we choose it. Why do we choose this? For me, I think it's because regardless of whether or not my business succeeds, entrepreneurship provides me the fastest route to personal growth out of any career path I could ever possibly choose. You will grow harder and faster as an entrepreneur because you've put yourself in a pressure cooker and given yourself a vehicle, namely your business, that is going to force you to grow and level up every day. So maybe my business succeeds and maybe it totally fails, but I will be a better version of myself regardless. And for that, it is worth it. Why do us entrepreneurs push so hard when the business isn't working, there's constant fires, and you're having a terrible day? Why do you show up? Why do you keep working? Why do you keep pushing? It's crazy. Why do we all do this? I have no idea for you, but I think for me, it's because in my mind, I have a future version of myself that I know I am capable of becoming. She is the most enlightened, badass, high potential, high impact version of me. And my business is a vehicle to become her. So yes, I could slow down. Yes, I could dial it back. Yes, I could go spend the rest of my life meditating on a mountain. But the person I would become would not have the same level of impact and service that I can create through and with my business. And so I am creating this business for no reason other than for me, knowing that if I level up and become the version of myself I'm capable of being, I will serve and impact the most number of people possible. But that's just me. Why do you keep showing up? Why do you push? Our business is a reflection of ourselves. I genuinely believe this. Your business is just a mirror being held up to your face every day. Everything that is working and going well in your company is a reflection of you and your growth, your work ethic, and the person you're becoming. Everything that is not going well, every fire, every frustration, every team question, everything is a reflection of you and where you have room to grow next. And that is the most relentless way to look at your business. It is so hard because every single day you have this mirror telling you where you're not yet good enough and where you need to grow next. And that is exhausting. But on the flip side, if we take every single thing that's not going well in our business and we treat it as data and we analyze that data and we act on that data and we use that data to make us better, then what that means is that your business is just paying you to become a better version of yourself. And what an incredible gift for our business to give us every single day. So what do you think? Is your business a reflection of you? And if so, where is it trying to tell you that you've got room to level up next? In the last 30 days, I had to make the decision between honoring my core values or firing the most important person in my company. This is the single most important role. This one role is going to determine how fast and how well we grow for the next 90 days. But there was a core value misalignment. And I see entrepreneurs stuck here all the time, where you need this person. They're doing such a good job. They're so exceptional at what they do, and the business would not be able to survive without them. That's what we tell ourselves. But how that person shows up is out of alignment with how you want to work with them and ultimately with your core values. What do you do? Well, I can tell you what I did. I fired them. Because at the end of the day, your core values are only that, core, if you stand by them when it's hardest. When you make the hiring and firing decisions based off of your core values and you are relentless in protecting and standing by them, then your core values are actually core. They're actually working for you. And it is an unbelievably difficult decision. But in the long term, your core values are what will allow you to continue to grow and scale sustainably. And no one top performer is worth that. What do you think? Fire or keep the arrogant jerk? Who's better at operations, Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos? Strictly to do with their operations, Jeff Bezos. Amazon is a multi-trillion-dollar company specifically because Jeff Bezos has created more operational efficiency when it comes to getting you the stuff that you want, better than anyone else in the world. Versus Tesla is consistently racked by controversy and strife because Elon Musk is terrible to work for. So if we're asking who's the better operator, Jeff Bezos all the way. Who's the better operator, Martha Stewart or Oprah Winfrey? Oprah Winfrey. And let me tell you why. Oprah Winfrey's average day, she works about 1 to 2 hours. And the rest of the day, she's reading books, she's chatting with people, she's living her best life. Do you know how much operational efficiency it takes to be Oprah Winfrey and have an empire that big on 2 hours a day? You have to know exactly how to leverage and build systems and team around yourself to produce that kind of ROI on your time. So if we're talking just straight operations, Oprah Winfrey is one of the most optimized people on this planet. Agree or disagree? Who's the better operator, Gary Vee or Russell Brunson? My vote is Russell Brunson, and here's why. I love Gary Vee, but that guy has his hands in so many cookie jars. Say what you will about Russell Brunson, but he is focused. He does one thing, and he does it better than anything else. And he has built his entire business around one concept, which is build the best funnel. When it comes to operations, simple is king, because the less you do, the better and the faster you can do it. So between the two, if I was to look at the internal workings of Gary Vee versus Russell Brunson, I bet you anything Russell has the streamlined operations that have made him as successful as he has. Who's the better operator? Howard Schultz, the founder of Starbucks, or Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's? McDonald's is the gold standard for operational efficiency. Every single McDonald's runs exactly the same way, the same rules, the same people doing exactly the same thing in exactly the same way, dialed down and optimized to the second. It is for that reason that McDonald's has been able to scale internationally as successfully as they have. So if we're measuring just straight operational excellence and you're comparing Starbucks to McDonald's, it's McDonald's all the way.
Do you know who Paul Graham is? So the founder of Airbnb was speaking at one of these Y Combinator masterminds with all of these founders and talked about the need for founders to get hands-on in their business at times, which led Paul Graham, I think this was like a week ago, to write this article called Founder Mode. So basically the idea is that founders should manage their company differently from traditional managers. He argues that conventional advice, which emphasizes delegation and staying out of the details, often harms growing startups. Founders, unlike professional managers, have unique abilities and insights that are crucial for their company's success. The concept of founder mode contrasts with manager mode, and Graham suggests that understanding and embracing this mode could lead to more successful companies. So founder mode is founders get hands-on in the details. And one of the examples he gives in here is Steve Jobs. He used to get 300 people in his company from all the different parts of the org and just bring them to a mastermind retreat, and he would get in everyone's business about everything they were doing. And he's saying founders should be doing more of that and trying to delegate less. So when you hear about people saying, I got to go founder mode, what's your reaction to that?
Here's my hot take on founder mode after coaching hundreds of business owners on how to scale their companies. Entrepreneurs are not superheroes. Just because you decide to start a business doesn't mean that every single idea and action you ever have and ever take is suddenly the very best thing that's ever happened to your business. And so making the assumption that just because you founded a company, your idea, your decision is going to be inherently better than the person you've delegated to or the person you've put in the role or the person responsible for that outcome is entirely false. That being said, there is one thing that founders do better than anyone else at the company, and that is have the vision. You as a founder have the most colorful, detailed, intricate idea of what it is that you are building. And the danger with over-delegation is that that vision gets diluted the more layers of management and leadership it is away from you. So the question isn't, should I get involved? It's, how should I get involved? Is it valuable for me as a founder to dive into the details and tell my frontline employee how to do this one thing? Probably not. They probably know how to do that better than I do. But can I make sure that how they do the thing is in alignment with my vision and the picture for where I want this company to grow? That, I think, is a unique insight that only the founder can deliver better than anyone else. So it's oversimplifying it to say, be involved in the day-to-day versus don't be involved. The question is, how are you involved? And are you bringing your highest value, namely the vision, into how you lead and guide the day-to-day of your team?